Okay, so
And
here
we're
we go.
live.
We
Let's do
are
it.
live, man. We made it to another crazy week. So far, we obviously are going to talk about the NFL, NBA news, a lot of new developments coming as well. Of course, my name is Ricky. My friend and invited guest is Adrian St. Bert. How you doing, Captain?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, buddy. How's everything going with you and your family?
Everything is well. I know it's been tough in and out, but between the elections now, hopefully are gonna be over anytime soon. I know a lot of people, like everybody's kind of anxious and want this done eventually.
Yeah,
Uh,
the way I see it, bro, after I already voted, it's out of my hands, bro. What's
exactly.
the point of stressing about it? What's the point of
That's
worrying and like biting your nose because it does you no good, dude. You get the results when you get the results. That's how I see it.
exactly. That's actually democracy in a way. That's part of democracy, and that's actually a benefit for us. Nobody talks about it. We are blessed in that way that we can actually pick a person and eventually get get us moving on to better things. But it's upon us to be patient, be safe, and just wait and pray to for us. I know we are the people that have to work and we have to live upon us and do whatever we can to help and become better as human beings as well. But yeah, man. Before we start sharing on NBA news and NFL, of course, I would like to hear because I know, of course, we both play sports.
Hmm.
Your athlete backgrounds. I would like to hear about what are your thoughts on because I know on the first video we did talk about, I mean, weeks ago about politics and sports, but just on overview a little bit more. As an athlete, what do you feel? Because I know politics has always been there, but what are your thoughts on politics and sports on regards and everything?
Yeah, pretty much based on what we were saying on the other podcast when we had all together. I'll talk about politics and sports. Like my thoughts are, like I said before, is if we're gonna dive deep into that realm, is just be knowledgeable because we have a lot of athletes, and a lot of people that say what they think others want to hear, and what's gonna get the least amount of backlash. But hey, I will say the truth doesn't always have a whether it's good or bad. The truth is non-biased. So, if we're in terms of politics and sports, right? It's in everything. You can't really escape it. Like I said before, when a team leaves a city, it's politics. When a sports team decides to make a certain moves, although it does have sports ramifications, that's going to be a part of it. But it's always going to have some level of politics inside of it, and it's history. Whether you go back to Jackie Robinson in baseball,
Of course,
or Muhammad Ali in boxing, is always going to have some types of politics inside of it. Because if you look at it, especially the sports that are the most popular in the United States, whether it be basketball, or football, or sometimes even baseball, majority of the people who comes out playing the sport are are either people that's from lower economic socioeconomic backgrounds where
yep,
politics heavily affected their upbringing, whether it be not having the resources to go to the right schools or to get the right grades or to have the right facilities
that's
to
correct.
play the sport in. So even going to that macro level, is it has politics a part of it. So I think you should definitely be knowledgeable when it comes to talking about it and knowing and knowing the cause and the roots of what you're talking about. So
Exactly.
I definitely think and I actually respect people who do go to that that area, whether it be LeBron James, whether it be other athletes such in that manner where they, for the most part, they read up on what they're talking about, and if they have something to say and it's heavily on them, and they say it. So I definitely respect it.
Yeah, I hear you, man, and I agree with you in a way that athletes are they have so much power on platforms they already have, especially when you get to that level. If you stand for your belief, like I said before on my previous episode on the podcast or Freaky's Take, please do your research. Please, like you said yourself, be knowledgeable and please find out a little bit more on what you stand, of course, because you can have your own opinion, you can have your own belief, but remember, just because you're an athlete, remember you got kids following you. You got many people like if you don't want to be a role model, that's okay. But again, unfortunately, you still are in a way just because kids follow you. Basketball, NFL, simple as soccer as well. But again, you want to stand. You can be a left side or right side, but please do your research because it is. I know it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough topic. It's slippery. But again, stand for what you always believe in, and you think what is right is the right thing. Make sure you have the facts through it. So, like I know it's already November. It's already past election day. We still don't have a president. Hopefully, we do soon. But again, it's a process, and it's a democracy. We have to wait and be patient with it. And let's see what happens. Because again, I know you voted as well. We did share on my previous podcast. We encourage everybody to vote. Because again, if you don't vote, I believe you should not complain about what happened next. Because you know you're the rights. But anyways, speaking of, I know you want to dig a little bit more because I know Luis eventually want to talk about this eventually. Um, because I know it's been a tough year on regards on COVID-19. I'll be honest with you, if I give my own take for the both sides, perspectively, for the left or the right, I feel like they actually failed us in a way that they don't put us first, in a way that they put the politics and the election first, not the people, in a way
Agreed.
that benefits COVID-19. It's not resting. He's getting back even stronger through the now it's getting colder. People are getting sick again, and government still playing politics. And they don't help with the stimulus or nothing like that. So they leave that aside, and of course decided to play politics. But that's my own take on that. I'm really angry on both parties for not helping the people in that thing. But unfortunately, stuff like that happens. And again, hopefully, you guys please be safe, take your vitamins, be healthy, and we will get this figured out together as a society. Um, Now, moving on, I know there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm really excited. I don't know if you heard about the NBA news on regards on the NBA returning on December 22nd.
Hmm.
They're having players, of course, have their pushbacks on deciding on not to play and not to start. But like I said before, I knew that money talks, and
Yep.
they're beginning to see that if they were not going to play on the starting December, they could lose a lot of money. TV networks can be going down, and
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
decided to, hey, maybe coast at the beginning of the season and just start the turning December 22nd. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Pretty much. Of course, I definitely think like the players do hold a lot of power because they're the one at the end of the day that's the product. They're the ones gonna be out on the court, playing. If they have some type of way against it or whatever, I think they should find a way to exercise it and use their leverage. If that's the route they want to go. but be organized about it. Know what you want and make your demands, make them clear. So you could leverage your power to get what you want accordingly. But to be honest with you, selfishly, I want them to come back
Yeah,
to come
of
back.
course,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. In December, because like anytime both in NFL and NBA is on, it's so in a way rewarding in a way because you get both powerhouse sports where it's extremely competitive and extremely entertaining. So and plus so many storylines as well, whether it be KD and Kyrie coming back, Clay and Steph Curry. Clay Thompson, Steph Curry coming back from injury, and trying to dominate the West once again with LeBron and AD still as reigning champions. So it's going to be a lot of interesting stories and interesting
Dude,
trades because especially it's going to be
that's
because we're currently still in the off season, so we still haven't got had I still haven't heard like this because usually during the off seasons for NBA, there's always some big news
that's gonna
about
happen.
exactly
We're gonna have
about
that
whether we
going on
trade
Thanksgiving, dude. I think it's gonna happen
exactly
as soon as next week. We're gonna have the free agency happening.
yeah.
I'm not
So
sure,
is
but yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
I think if I'm not mistaken, the free agency could start anytime now. So by midway Thanksgiving, you're gonna see players moving or seeing players making transactions. For example, there's rumors already about Chris Paul between going to
Either the
Knicks or
Lakers or the Knicks.
Lakers.
Yep.
I'm excited to see. What are your thoughts if that would happen, like Chris Paul to the Knicks or Lakers?
The thing is, I feel like at this point of Chris Paul's career, although he is very effective in what he do into what he does in terms of just distributing the ball and being a core general, along with being clutch and coming big in big moments. Um, it wouldn't be as big of a storyline as it would be if you went to the Lakers, obviously, because simply the Knicks aren't good enough for to make that big of a news headline. Because you have young players on the Knicks, old veterans as well. And I think they probably made like the 12th seed last year. So adding Chris Paul, of course, it may help them with their playoff chances. But I feel like that's as far as they go if he were to decide to go to the Knicks. But if you went to the Lakers, man, that would be very interesting. Simply because not only he remains in the West, but the dynamic between LeBron James and Anthony Davis, because you could essentially say right now LeBron James is the de facto Lakers point guard. So and plus now not even that, bro. I'm not sure if you know this, but Chris Paul and Rajon Rondo do not like each other, bro. They have a
Yeah,
long-standing beef.
eh,
So like adding and I know Rondo signed a 1 year deal, so I'm not sure if he's coming back or not. But adding Chris Paul to that team would just it's funny because if you have something great and they won a championship last year, why change it? But you always want to add pieces to get better. But adding a piece like Chris Paul might do more harm than good. Although Chris, I agree, Chris Paul is a great player, but I feel like LeBron does everything that Chris Paul does already, but in a higher level. And yeah, you never know. You might adding a great player like Chris Paul might be the benefit still Laker, but we just don't know because the numbers may say that adding Chris Paul will be a great thing to the Lakers, but I think the personalities and the because you have to play the game,
yeah, that's
um,
correct.
and and I just don't. I just have a feeling that may not work as good as everybody think it may work. It kind of gives me that feeling of when Isaiah Thomas went from the Boston Celtics to the Cleveland Cavaliers when LeBron was there. That didn't work out so hot. So I don't know about that, man.
I agree. I know. I get what you're saying. Isaiah Thomas was playing well in the Celtics for those years. But Chris Paul, obviously, I know he's
It's
a
a
different
different type of
monster.
yeah.
But I get what you're saying. The point of first of all, let me mention this: LeBron James and Chris Paul, of course,
Yeah,
Godfather,
yeah, they're
and
best friends. They're
everything.
yeah,
But
very
still,
close.
it's really different. Like he's ego and his I feel like Chris Paul is too much of a dog in a way to be with LeBron. That's gonna
You
be
oh, you think so?
I like in a way. I think they can figure it out. If they get the chance to play with each other, I think they understand because I think that they play together in USA and stuff like that. So in a way, I think he's gonna be fine. But if Chris Paul wants to win a championship, and I feel the Lakers it will be the best way. And like you said with Rajon Rondo, I believe he's not coming back. I think he's moving on. I think he's gonna get paid for what he did this year. He's gonna get more money elsewhere. It would be a good fit for the Clippers, to be honest. They actually do need a
Yeah,
guard.
yeah.
But for the Clippers, if I were them, I would get a shooter as a point guard, not a type of
Distributor.
defender. Yeah, you need uh, a good passer, obviously, but
Yeah,
a good
but a better.
consistent scorer.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like
definitely.
although he's not in free agency for this year, I feel like if they could make a trade work with Bradley Bill out of Washington, that'd just make them crazy, bro. Because if you think about it, because they need that extra like shoot first mentality player. Because Anthony Davis is great in the post and he's actually a great shooter, but having that extra like firepower, because we even saw it in the Heat series where I think it was game 6 or game 7. There were like several drives in that game where the Lakers they didn't have enough firepower, and that's why the Heat just kept on making these runs because the Lakers couldn't stave them off long enough to make it. Because if they had a player like in terms of Bradley Bill caliber, if they add that, man, I see their chances of repeating extremely high.
Dude. So see, I get where you're from because I know I feel you, and especially because when we talk about the NBA rumors right now, because there's a lot of rumors, of course, and I get it. It's kind of crazy because I'm hearing different stuff about Bradley Beal even getting to the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, I hear that
They're
too.
getting a package. I'm gonna read a little bit about what they're saying. What will be the package if the Brooklyn Nets try to get Bradley Beal? And it's kind of crazy because I believe they have a good team already. I don't know why they want to start making trades because they didn't even played together.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I agree.
let me see. So the package they're saying is they will trade Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, Spencer Dinwiddie, and picks. But that's my problem. That's too much already. I would not do that trade. That's too much.
But let me ask you a question though. If last year when before the trade actually happened, I told you that the Lakers would give up Josh Hart, Alonzo Ball, a couple picks. I think it was another player that they traded too, for Anthony Davis.
Ingram, Lonzo
Yeah,
Ball. Yeah,
Ingram, Lonzo
but
Ball,
yeah,
and Ingram became I think he became most improved player of the year last year too. Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, and picks for Anthony Davis. Would you have taken that?
I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, I get what
Exactly. So like,
you're saying.
so at the time, especially me, at the time when I heard that trade, I'm like, oh, Anthony Davis is a great player and all, but all of that, but it was definitely worth it because look how well LeBron like played with Anthony Davis and played better than any young player that the Lakers previously had up to that point. So I think it all depends, and like you said, I agree with you because they haven't played enough. So because they may not need a player like Bradley Bill because not only that Kevin Durant needs the ball to do what he needs to do, but Kyrie especially needs the ball, especially with those handling skills and being a point guard. He needs the ball even more. So between
Yeah,
KD and Kyrie, where is Bradley Bill's gonna get his touches? I feel like if they do make a trade like that, Bradley Bill will leave the next year. So it'll be trading all those pieces for nothing.
that's true though. I get it. So yeah, like we got that going on. Cannot wait again. I'm excited. I saw another rumor, of course. I'm a fan. I love this guy from the New Orleans from the Pelicans.
Drew
Drew
Holiday.
Holiday.
Yep.
That dude is one of my favorite
He's a
players.
dog, man. He's a dog.
the stuff that he been through in his life, like that guy is just something special.
Yeah, man.
Because I know both of us, we work at the NBA Experience. We have the video of what happened with him and his wife, the movie. So he's a really a stand-up
Yeah,
man.
man. Yeah, very stand-up guy.
He didn't play for a year, I think it was, to stay with his wife. That he was the wife was fighting her disease and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
he came back even stronger.
The
But now,
all-star level.
on regards to the NBA, that dude is super talent. He defends a lot. He's a good offensive player. I saw a rumor that Miami wanted it for a minute, but they were
He'll be great in Miami, bro.
but they
He'll
were
be
saying
amazing.
that they want to try to trade Tyler Hero, but I will not do that because I love Tyler. I think no, he's a no, that guy. You don't touch that kid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree.
you don't touch it. But if Drew Holiday gets a chance to be in a championship team, you should get it. He's valuable. If you're a Lakers or you are even Clippers or even Denver, Denver could actually steal that. They got a lot of pieces to trade. Uh, but cannot wait. Of course, we're gonna share a lot more news on this channel, on Ricky's Take or Adrian's Facebook page. We're gonna share our news. So we're gonna share it once we get all the. But I'm
All
excited.
information.
I'm really excited. So now we move on to the NFL. Of course,
Let's do it. Let's get it.
go, man. It's been tough. Of course, you guys know me as a Cowboy fan. Right here.
How about them boys?
I don't give up. I'll be honest.
uh,
This is my team. I'm not changing horses, but I respect other teams as well. From That's why I love the NFL football. Like I said, growing up in Puerto Rico watching football, I fell in love with that team. But unfortunately, just like every year, we fell short of expectations, and this has been one of the worst years yet. Through injuries, through new system, new coaches, and everything. Dak Prescott getting injured, not putting excuses, but just saying a lot of
by the
stuff.
way, by the way, by the way, I have to say this.
Uh oh.
Jerry Jones did a terrible job picking Matt McCarthy for the head coach.
Yes.
Shouldn't have done it.
Please say it loud. Say it loud.
Shouldn't have done it
Say it
because not
loud.
only
Say it loud.
because it's not only just that Matt McCarthy is his system is very outdated and it's very predictable in a way, but there's so many like young talented offensive minded coaches out there that like to pick like Mike McCarthy. I feel like Jared Jones picked Mike McCarthy not for football purposes, but simply because he liked the guy. I don't know, man. That was a terrible, terrible pick. To make him the head coach because we even when Dak Prescott was there, we saw yes, Dak Prescott did in a way did carry that team before he got hurt,
Mm-hmm.
but the coaches did nothing to put him or Zeke in a great position to win football games. So it's just like I don't like that coach hire. That's for sure.
Dude, so I got excited because I do respect my Mark Arthur, and I get your point on updated. That's why actually I think I don't know if he got fired or he got
Yeah,
uh
for Green Bay.
so when
And
I
and 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 I'm gonna let you finish, but look at this. When Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers separated, like Aaron Rodgers led teams in Green Bay, they've been like amazing in terms of course,
contention.
I feel yeah, in terms of contention. I feel like they're not Green Bay's not physical enough to be like a top Super Bowl pick team, but I feel like they're much better than they were with Mike McCarthy. And I feel like that's why Aaron Rodgers was so frustrated so much times in Green Bay because I feel like is in a way you had Aaron Rodgers almost like having a Ferrari in your garage and you driving and you giving it to like a 16-year-old to drive where they don't know anything about cars. So like I don't know, man. I don't know.
So what are you? I don't know if you saw the highlights of the
Packers
Um,
49ers game.
yeah, Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers dominated
I
that
watched
game.
it. Yeah, he did. He did. Although you gotta put an asterisk near that because 49ers are like it's like a car that they took all the engine parts out. They took the wheels out. I don't know how. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm impressed that 49ers at this point are 4-5 simply because so many injuries, so many like time like with valuable key pieces out.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. But I'm gonna give Aaron Rodgers his respect. He went off in that game, and Devontae Adams was a beast in that game too.
The reason I did put it on the banner is because I'm playing against him right now, and he um destroyed my fantasy. So far, it's only Thursday. It's okay.
Yeah,
He
yeah. You
that,
still you
that
still have
dude gave
another
me got 33 points on the fantasy against me.
crazy, crazy.
Uh, Mark has. I'm playing against Mark, so Mark is the one that has him. So I guess he excited. But I got Aaron Jones, so Aaron Jones play a little bit, but he's coming off injury, so he's gonna be fine come back. But the Green Bay Packers are gonna be affordable team coming for the NFL playoffs. They're gonna be tough. Once you always have Aaron Rodgers, like you said, he's gonna be a tough out.
Very
Um,
tough.
so now moving on to this week, we're gonna talk a little bit about NFL Week 9 because I know we're gonna do another show, but we're gonna go over it between us because we're gonna do a new show, a separate
Yeah.
show with Luis.
hmm
So we're gonna do a little bit of
Predictions.
predictions. So
Okay, sounds good.
let me get my NFL Week.
Man, the game I'm excited the most. Well, there's a couple of games I'm very excited about, but that Miami Arizona game. Oh man, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. And the thing is, I want to pick Arizona, but Miami defense is insane, bro. And Arizona defense is decent, but it's not as good as Miami's. But Arizona's offense is really great too. So I really want to see that matchup. It's hard to pick which team's gonna
It
win
is.
though. And plus, I don't know what to make of the quarterback kid. Tyler, I forgot his name, man.
Ooh.
Because the quarterback for Miami.
Oh, Tua?
Tua, yeah, Tua Tyler. I don't even know how to
You didn't
pronounce
even
his
want to
last
say
name,
it,
but
dude. No,
yeah.
not at all.
but
Yeah,
like that
the
first initial
defense surprised
start,
me, man.
huh?
That defense surprised me.
Yeah, Miami defense.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't
man,
even know like
they swarm Jared Goff, bro. So it's crazy.
let me check. Okay, so we're gonna do our preview on this game first.
Hold up, bro. I think I froze. Let me see here.
I hear you though.
Okay, I'm good now. I'm good. I'm good. No, my screen froze. We're good though.
Okay, so on the first one, what we're gonna do is who you think who you gonna pick between Texans versus Jaguars right now. Jaguars gonna be tough.
Yeah, they're both pretty bad teams at this point, but I think
Unfortunately.
Texans gonna win this game simply because every game I've seen the Texans play in this year, although they are bad, their defense is not as good. Um, but they've always been very competitive in every game, although they lose. But they always give teams, even more superior teams than them, a very tough out, a very tough win. So and I don't think Jaguars are on the same level in terms of any of the teams the Texans has played and made it competitive. So I think I'm gonna get, and plus you have the factor of Deshaun Watson, that probably would go off in that game. So I think I'm gonna pick the Jaguars in this one, and not to mention I believe it's a division game as well. So I think I think the Texans are gonna want to win this one.
They do, man, but this is one of those tough games can go either way, honestly. Man, but I feel like the Texans, man, should I pick them or not? It's gonna be tough. Because I believe, man, there's a lot of trade rumors on regards on Will Fuller. They want to trade him or not.
Yeah.
I feel like they're stuck, the Texans, in a way. I think they're gonna start rebuilding because they already have the quarterback, but they still gonna start rebuilding. Because I even heard that this guy, the defender, what's his name? Anyway,
JJ Watt.
yeah, Watt. I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah,
I think he said something about he's not
he
about
got.
that life about rebuilding. He don't want to be like,
Yeah, yeah.
no, if
I
not, you
think
guys
I,
trying to move me.
I think Texans should have either traded him to either Seattle, or even maybe the Packers, but so for some decent picks, but that didn't happen. Trade deadline came and went, and he didn't get moved. So maybe they couldn't get enough pieces for him for his value. I'm not sure why that didn't happen, but hey, I guess you play what the cards you get dealt.
But let's see what happens though, guys. I will pick the Texans as well in this game, but I will not surprise if Jacksonville steal this one. But I got Houston beating Jaguars 28 21 on a tie game.
Yeah, I have Houston beating Jaguars 17-27.
Okay, let's go. All right. When we move on, we got the Giant football. We got the Giants facing against the Washington football team.
Yep.
The Giants coming off a
A
solid win in
tough,
Tampa
tough.
Bay.
Yeah, man, that was a tough
Here,
game.
I would imagine Luis was kind of scared watching that game.
I
I'm like,
was getting
yo.
nervous.
I put on my Facebook page. I remember on my status, like, if the Giants win this game, I will put them number one in the NFC East.
Ah,
I'm like, they should. Like, yeah, the way they're playing, I'm like, man, this team.
yeah,
Look at how they play.
they're very offensive potent. I feel like, especially, I feel like Tampa Bay was sleeping at the wheel in that game, and they punched them in the mouth. And luckily, they're able to respond, but it was very close, bro.
Really close for a flag. You remember that?
Yeah,
You almost
man.
get a
Yeah,
flag. If they get a flag in that game, they get tied and maybe go to
yeah,
overtime and win it.
exactly. You
So,
never know what happens.
but they're facing a Washington football team that's always good on the defensive way of the ball. It's gonna be another of those. Well, it's a division game, so it's gonna be tough to pick. And I don't want to get thrown off on what I saw on
I'll
Monday Night
tell you. I'll
Football.
tell you who's gonna win this game. Washington. Washington's gonna win this game simply because I feel like Washington have a very great rushing defense in terms of
Yeah,
rushing the
like
passer,
they get to the quarterback.
and I feel like Daniel Jones, he panics under pressure. And he's a great player, and I think he'll be in this league for a while. But I feel like he sometimes makes careless mistakes when he's being pressured, because at times he doesn't know when to take sacks, when to throw away the ball, when to know when nothing's there. So that Washington football team is going to make Daniel Jones make mistakes, and that's going to be the end result in my opinion. So I have Washington football team winning this game. I'm gonna say 25-17.
Man, that's objectively. But unfortunately for myself, I like what I saw Monday night. But if we go, I don't want to. Okay, okay. Let me finish this sentence.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will pick the Giants. Like you said, they're gonna get to a quarterback, but I believe I saw something special in that game with them. So I'm gonna pick them. I'm gonna
Do
pick
you,
the Giants.
oh, okay. Let's see it.
24, 17. Maybe Washington fight, but I don't believe it's gonna be good enough. I saw something with the Giants, even though it says more about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers than the Giants on that game. I saw some weakness from the Tampa Bay. We're gonna see that for that game on front. I think it's this Sunday night. They face the Saints, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I don't know if it's a night game, but I will check on my schedule.
Yep.
But on regards to through that, I'm gonna pick the Giants. I'm gonna pick the Giants. It's gonna be 24-17. 24-17. Let me check. And now, when we move forward, we're gonna talk about the Ravens and the Colts. The Baltimore
This is gonna be a good
Ravens
one.
coming off another loss from a good team. Ravens keep losing with a team that could be facing like eventually in the playoff.
Yep.
And there's a lot of rumors, like tension between game plan, the quarterback getting mad of the plays as well the receivers. But they have a chance to beat the Steelers at the end of that game. But again, I feel like Lamar Jackson has to improve on his reads, go through his process. I think at the last play, I think Marquise Hollywood Brown was by himself and he decided to pass the other way. I think Lamar didn't see him. But I think that's why Hollywood Brown was kind of mad at the end of that game. But again, what are your thoughts on the Baltimore Ravens facing the Colts?
Yeah, that's actually gonna be a good one because the Colts actually have a very surprisingly great defense. I think they're ranked two actually, number two in defense.
They
Um,
are.
if
That's a
if
good.
if I'm not mistaken. So to be honest with you, I felt like the Ravens lost that game against the Steelers more than the Steelers won that game against the Ravens. Because it wasn't like when they were playing Kansas City when Kansas City just rolled them, like it wasn't even close when they were playing Kansas City. But I feel like in the Steelers game, Lamar Jackson made a lot of bad mistakes. And if you look at that game, the Ravens dominated most of that game. Time of possession, pressures to the quarterback, you name it. The Ravens actually did a better job, even defensively, especially defensively in that game than the Steelers did. It's just that Lamar Jackson made too much mistakes for them
Yeah,
to get that win. So I think LeBron Jackson is gonna bounce back. Um, although I think they should run that offense catered to of course Lamar Jackson is a better runner than a thrower at this point of his career, but he has to be better for them to even sniff the Super Bowl, man. So but I think they're going to win this game against the Colts. Especially because I don't think the Colts have enough firepower to because the defense of the Baltimore Ravens are pretty good as well, and I think Philip Rivers is even more unreliable of a passer than Lamar Jackson, in my opinion. So he's hot and cold, and he's too inconsistent. I would say this: the Colts are a quarterback away from from being a Super Bowl. So I definitely think Baltimore is going to win this game simply because their defense is elite, and Lamar Jackson has enough weapons in terms of the receivers and his legs. To even if he doesn't pass well, I still see them winning this game. So I got the Ravens beating the Colts 31-24.
31-24. I like it.
Yes,
So
sir.
if I will pick on this game, I believe Lamar Jackson is going to bounce back. He's going to be really motivated to have a strong game, a better outing. I believe whoever has him in the fantasy, like as yourself, I believe,
That's
and
me.
he's going to play well. They're going to go run and pound. But I will see a lot of play action. I think he's going to pass the ball a lot better in this game. Again, the Colts defense is going to be solid as well. But again, they don't have the power to score against the Ravens. So I will give the even though Philip Rivers can throw those 4 pass touchdown, 3 touchdown games every now and then, but it's gonna be tough against the Ravens secondary. So I got the Ravens 31, Colts 24.
Oh,
That's
same score.
I didn't even dude. I
Let's
didn't,
do it.
let's go. Let's go. I
Hey,
like
hey.
it.
The other week, it wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure what game it was, but I gave the exact score of a game. I don't even remember. I have to go back, bro. but
we
it
had
was
to get a note, bro. We had to do
dead
our notes.
on, bro. It had to be. It was dead on.
So I was before we move on about because I keep forgetting to do the notes. What we can do next, eventually starting this week, just we're gonna do like a banner eventually of my name,
Mm-hmm.
your name, and Luis' name,
Louis, yeah,
and then we put our the teams
picks.
and the picks, and then we keep the scores in that way.
Yeah, to see. Yeah, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So I'm gonna start doing that starting this week. I know we're already halfway there, but don't worry, it's okay. Let me see now. We got the Lions and Vikings. It's the division game. What are your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, man. I think this game is the hardest one to pick simply because I feel like the Lions are fighting for more. But I feel like the ceiling of the Vikings are is a lot higher than the ceiling of the Lions. But I feel like the Lions have more to play for, especially with that explosion versus the Packers in Week 7, with the Vikings in the running back just like gutting the Packers defense. So it's very tough, man. It's very tough simply because I don't know which team's gonna show up, and these two teams are so inconsistent that you just don't know. But I think I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna pick the Vikings. Although the Vikings disappointed me so much this year, man, but I think they're gonna win this game. They're gonna take it to they're gonna take it to the running back and just ground and pound the whole game. And so I'm gonna go with the Vikings, 24-20. It's gonna be a close game though.
Mm. This is a tough game. You're right, but this time I'm gonna go against you. I think this is the game that Detroit wins. They always play well inside stadiums as well. I think Matthew Stafford is gonna score a lot. They're gonna mix it up with play actions. Detroit play one of those games that are gonna score a lot, so I'm gonna go with them 34. Um, it's gonna be a close one. Actually, nah, it's gonna be 31-28.
Okay,
I got Detroit.
field goal
Yes,
by a
sir.
field goal.
By
Okay.
a field goal. Division game. It's gonna be by a field goal. Let's go. Now, moving on. We got the Bears facing the Tennessee Titans.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a tough one, I know.
So coming into this game, both teams are on a two-game losing streak.
Ah,
Um, and and I feel like the Bears need this game more than the Titans need this game. But I feel like the level of the play of the Titans might defeat the Bears simply because the Titans have a better quarterback. I think they have a better offensive line, in my opinion. Also, the Titans defense is very elite. Although the Bears defense is phenomenal as well. But I don't think the Bears have enough firepower to compete with the Titans. So I'm gonna pick the Titans on this one. I think they're gonna beat the Bears 28-20.
man. So I see so many things going on with the Bears, and I do actually pick them before the season started on getting to the
But
playoffs.
but I told you though, it was gonna catch up. It was gonna catch up because their
You are
quarterback
right.
problems, bro.
You
Like
are right.
I'm like I told you, what was it, week 5?
I
Week
think so.
5, I had no idea how they kept winning games
They were
because
tight. They were tight. They were tight.
and
And not
all
even
their games are just ugly, man. They just
exactly,
fight it
exactly.
through, bro. Like it's
They were
just
they were finding a way to win. But
yeah,
you
but
can get
it's
you
hard
get
to do that in the
credit.
NFL if you don't have a good quarterback, bro. But go ahead.
You're
I didn't
right.
mean to interrupt.
No, but you're right in a way. Like I think the way they were winning the games, even though it's hard to win the NFL, but you sense that they're not meant to be winning this game.
Yeah, bro.
I get what you're saying.
What were they? They're like 5-1 or 5-2, and I felt like they should have been 3-4, bro.
Yeah, I'm like but in a way, you have to give them credit because they
Yeah,
were
I
finishing
do
the
for
games.
sure. Yeah, I
That's why I'm
agree.
like every time I pick against them or pick, I'm like it's like the quarterback for me. This is not only the quarterback; it's the game
The
plan. I don't
offensive line, game
defense.
planning, game management, everything, bro.
It's because they have a defense. I don't know what's going on like between the quarterbacks, the game plan, the coach. I thought the scheme was like kind of like stagnant. I'm like I don't see anything creative, and they have talent. They have Allen Robinson. I don't know injuries if they're okay or not, but they have. I believe they have good talent in the back. As receivers, running back. So this should just mix it up, try to do different things. I know Nick Foles is stand up, more like quarterback. If you don't see that's working, try to mix it up. A lot of put Mitch every now and then, like just to spark something or whatever. Um, because it's gonna be tough. That's why, to be honest, ah, I'm gonna pick the Tennessee Titans
Oh, look at you.
to beat the Bears. I don't, man. I don't. They're starting to throw me out. If I don't see a change, this could be the game actually that it could happen something different. But I don't see many examples of it yet. Until they prove me different, I will pick them. But Tennessee, like you said, coming from another loss, they're gonna bounce back at home. It's gonna be 28-17. So I got the Titans beating the Bears 28-17. See,
We'll see. We'll see. Let's see, man.
I know, man. I know, man. It's like it's a weird thing going on with them. Now we're gonna move on. We got the Panthers facing the Kansas
Kansas City.
City Chief. Um, I'm excited to see that one. Panthers have a well balanced team, as I say every week. I like maybe McCaffrey comes back on this game. For me, that's my it's one of those keys. If McCaffrey can pull it off, I'd be. It's going to be an interesting game to see. Honestly, what are your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good game. I definitely agree with that, but I feel like Kansas City is rolling right now. Not only Kansas is rolling, but I feel like Reed uh, literally like figured it out because he was always a great offensive minded coach and a great game planner and strategy just in terms of coaching.
Mhm.
But I think he finally, because even back when he was in Philadelphia, he would never know when to run the ball. And give his quarterback a break and or keep the defense on his toes. I feel like their coach is finally figuring out, especially with the addition of Le'Veon Bell, alongside with Clyde Edward-Helaire. They're running the ball a lot more, and it's even better because not only you have the offensive firepower of Patrick Mahomes, but the defense doesn't know if Patrick Mahomes is gonna throw it or not, and
It's
it just
tough,
makes
tough,
that team so much,
tough.
gives it so much dimensions where it leaves a defense to the you don't know what they're gonna do. So it's gonna be a great game, and I think I feel like Kansas City is a shoe in for the Super Bowl once again, bro. Because I don't even think I see a lot of defects um and a lot of errors in the Pittsburgh Steelers, although they're undefeated. But I don't think they could even beat Kansas City at this point. So Kansas City is gonna win this game easily going away.
See,
Even with Christian McCaffrey. But so I got Kansas City at 31, and I got Panthers at 20.
it's not gonna be that easy for me on this game. I believe the Chiefs gonna win this game, but it's gonna be more closer. I will give Patrick Mahomes is gonna play your typical standard three touchdown game as well, running the ball. They're gonna give the ball to Le'Veon Bell and the other running back from LSU because he's dominating, of
Yeah,
course,
man.
the whole season as a rookie. Give him credit to him. But again, it's a balanced team with firepower everywhere. Um, and it's gonna be tough for any team to face the Kansas City Chiefs. But yeah, I'm gonna go. It's gonna be 34, 17 Panthers. So Kansas City 34, Panthers 17. Um, let's see what happens though. Let's move on. We got the Seahawks on a well, they have a solid last week coming off because I know the do you pick them last week?
The Seahawks? Yeah, I did.
Um because I know I posted on Facebook the guy that looks like Megatron.
Oh, DK Metcalf.
That dude is a monster, man. Yeah,
and
that
I actually got him on my fantasy team as well.
those like how do you born that way? Like that's not fair. Like
Bro, you're that big and also that fast and with the hands too, bro. That's crazy, man.
how do you man
That's insane. That's insane, bro.
not fair, bro.
What did he run, like a 4.3, 4.2?
He's like your
That's
typical Black Panther. I'm like,
for real, bro. For real, like literally.
I'm like, this dude is built to laugh for you, right? And I believe he could be better than Megatron. I know it's too early to
Yeah.
but I
But
believe
at the rate he's going, bro,
he's
it's
the best wide receiver right now. And he doesn't even have the best running routes yet. That's my
but
thing.
he's just so like big and intimidating. And the thing is, like quarterbacks talk about this all the time. The radius of how, like, if you throw a pass, even past him, he's still gonna catch it, bro. Because no matter how good a player like OBJ is, or a player like those type of players where they're shorter but they have hands,
Yeah,
like if it's BK Metcalf 101, Russell Wilson can have the complete confidence. If he passes it, there's a 90% chance he's gonna get that ball.
that's true. Oh, but they're facing struggling Buffalo Bills. I know they beat the
Yep.
Patriots, but it
But
was
that
like
was an ugly one. That was an ugly game,
exactly
bro. Like
nothing.
I felt better than the Patriots than the Bills coming out of that game. Even the Bills won that game.
Hmm. They're like playing a nasty game. I feel like Josh Allen has been struggling for weeks now. Again, I don't believe that he's good on that type of weather. It's been struggling for a minute now. And they're facing a Seattle Seahawks team, even though they're not really good on the secondary, but they're really good rushing the quarterback. I know they traded. I think they got this guy from the Cleveland Browns, or no, Cincinnati Bengals. Carlos Dunlap.
Hmm.
So they may be getting stronger in that end. Uh, Picking this game, and it's going to be interesting. I'll be honest with you. I know the Bills haven't shown me anything regards on the way they're playing right now. And I actually love the way Russell Wilson is playing so far in this season. I got him MVP, no
Me
doubt.
too.
Even though Patrick Mahomes is making a case again, he's climbing back little by little.
Yep. Yes.
But so far I got Russell Wilson. So I know we're gonna do an MVP talk eventually, but for me it's like Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and Patrick Mahomes, and now Patrick Mahomes is climbing up there. Personally, for me, um, even though Tom Brady's around that, because if Tom Brady keeps playing the way he's playing, that 45-year-old man, 50-year-old man could get there. But on regards in this game, it's gonna be a tough game. But I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go to Buffalo. I'm gonna get the Bills.
Oh,
Yes, sir. I see it
upset,
happening.
upset.
I see the upset happen. I got the Bills playing solid defense and Allen scrambling and playing one of his best games. It's gonna be at 1. We had to check the weather. I will check on that. But I got the Bills. Let's see. I will give them 28 and Seahawks 24 on a close game.
Okay. It's funny that you say that, because I feel like it's harder for like a West Coast team like Seattle or like the Rams or even 49ers to go all the way to go to the other side of the country on the East Coast
I know,
and
right?
play a early morning game, not morning, but like early afternoon game at 1 p.m. So I feel like that played a part of the Dolphins win last week when they beat the Rams. Because not only the Rams played early that Monday, so they had a short week and the Dolphins were coming off a bye. But I feel like the football team of Seattle is not that good. It's great. I think it's good, but it's not as good as their records show. But because when you add Russell Wilson to that, it just makes them go to a different level where they can possibly be a Super Bowl caliber team. So I feel because of that Russell Wilson factor, that's the only reason I'm giving the Seahawks the edge in this game. Simply because I feel like Russell Wilson always finds a way to pull out a win, and when they do lose, it's primarily because of the defense and
Yeah.
not him. So and it is, by the way, question for you is the safety Adams coming back this game?
I'll check up on that. Let me double check.
Yeah,
There.
but why are you doing that? But I feel like the Seahawks, um, I think they're gonna win this game, and the Bills have more of a chip on their shoulders, especially losing that New England game as bad. Not losing that, but playing as bad as they did and still came out a win, versus New England and losing the previous past two prior to New England. I think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna come to play, even though they have a chip on the shoulder to beat the Seahawks. I just think the Seahawks is a better team, and I think the league is figuring out Josh Allen, simply because you see the games that he's been playing with the past three games. I feel like the defenses are figuring out ways to get in his head or to put him in the bad position. So I think I have the Seahawks winning this game, 31-21.
I see you. I like it. I like it. So for the Buffalo Bills, T.Y. Yeldon is not playing. Josh Norman. Ah, man. That's the kill right there. Um, Josh Norman is not playing. Hamstring. Matt Milano, linebacker, not playing. Questionable. Cody Ford, Vernon Butler, Carnux. Let me go with the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks. Man, Seahawks are not bad. Seahawks are all good so far. But okay, I'm not changing my picks. I know Josh Norman's not playing, but I still
Oh
believe
man,
the Bills are gonna pull it off.
let's
I got
see, man.
that.
Let's see.
Let's
Hey,
see.
last week I think it was like what 4 or 5 upsets. So
Dude, I know
hey,
it was
you never know, man.
bad.
You never know.
Okay, now we move forward. We got the for week. Let me check. Let me check here. One. Man, let me see what else. Okay, got it here. We got the Bills. Now we move on with the Denver Broncos. Stealing that game against the Chargers. I hated so much. I saw that game. I was so excited that the Chargers was going to win it. And so much praise I gave to that defense. But I blame that a little bit to the quarterback as well. Even though I love Justin Herbert, for me, he's the best quarterback on the draft.
Nah,
Um,
nah. Joe Burrow's a beast, bro.
I know, bro. But I'm
Did
like,
you see how Cincinnati just beat the brakes off of
that's true though. Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow are here and they're for I believe they're
Yeah,
all
they're for real.
uh,
They're the top two prospects. We don't know what Tua's gonna give yet because he just started his first game, and although
yeah.
he wasn't that impressive, but they didn't really give him that much opportunity to throw the ball. But Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow, bro, they're here to stay. That's for sure.
Already and they're facing Denver are facing the Atlanta Falcons. Um having a disappointing season so far. Um, this it's gonna be an interesting game, to be honest with you. Both teams are being really inconsistent the whole year. I like the way the Denver played last week. Drew Lock came back stronger. I believe they're on a rhythm right now. I'm gonna give the edge to Denver. I know Atlanta is playing at home, but I saw something on the Denver side that gave me trust to believe that they could win. I will. I like Drew Lock in this game facing against Atlanta. I got them going on 34. I got the Falcons. Man, it's gonna be tough. Okay, 34-28. Broncos beating the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know what to make of this game because I feel like the Broncos are another inconsistent team
Hmm.
that you don't know what they're gonna bring at a given on a given Sunday. And same thing with the Falcons, man. It's like one week they're for the most part they've been pretty bad, but they have glimpses here and there where they'll surprise you. And I think this is one of the games where they'll probably surprise you. So I think I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I know for a fact, bro. I'm gonna regret this. I just know it. I'm gonna say it now, just so I have proof that I am not confident in this pick whatsoever. But I'm still gonna go with the Falcons. It's just there's nothing to for me to say the Falcons gonna win. It's just my intuition. I just think Broncos are extremely inconsistent, not just inconsistent, but winning that Charger game where they were not supposed to win, but they won anyways. I feel like they might carry that over to the next week versus the Falcons, thinking that it's gonna be a cakewalk and probably get pounded at the end. So I think I'm gonna go with the Falcons on this one. 30. I'm gonna say 35 to 27.
Let's go, man. I know. I get what you're saying. It's tough. One of those. They're really being like, because I actually liked Denver at the beginning of the season a little bit, but it's been a tough year for both teams.
Yeah.
Now, moving on, we got Las Vegas Raiders facing against the Chargers. Again, Chargers coming from a tough loss, and
It's gonna be a
then
good one, man. It's gonna be a good one.
the Raiders. I don't know, man, with the Raiders for me, because personally, I see something good every day, and then I see something bad for me. I don't know what to do with them sometimes. What are your thoughts on that game?
So with the Raiders, I feel like Raiders have a very high ceiling. Simply because they're coached very well, and John Gruden does a great job of like pumping up his guys to
Preparing them,
show
yeah.
up for the big games. And right now, I believe the Raiders are what 4-3.
Yep.
Yeah, so they need this game to stay in that seventh or sixth spot in the playoff hunt. Because definitely Kansas City is gonna win that division. So in order for them to get in the playoffs is win that wild card slot. So it's it's tough, but I think I'm gonna go with the Raiders simply because I feel like the Raiders have much more speed than the Chargers. Not just that, I think the coach of the Chargers is way too conservative. I'm not sure if it's because Justin Herbert is such a young quarterback and new to the system that I feel like for the past two games, especially against the Broncos, he played more to win the game than to play to lose the game because and they both ended up as losses because it was way too conservative in terms of play calling, in terms of going for it on third down.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. Maybe he doesn't want his young quarterback getting hurt. But if he keeps coaching like this, he won't have a job. That's for sure. Because if you have a great quarterback like Justin Herbert, and for you to keep losing in games you should be winning,
Yeah.
you're not gonna last very long in the NFL. That's for sure. So I think the Raiders are gonna win this game. But if they do lose that game, it'll be because of they unleashed Justin Herbert and he was just going off. So I still have the Raiders winning this game 31 to 24.
Man, I want to go with you so hard. Definitely, and because again, the Raiders they show stuff and they decide not to play one of those games. And like I said, yeah, you're right on the standings. They have to win this game. Um, man, okay, I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt of the defensive Chargers one more time. 'Cause I like that defense. I love the secondary. I'm gonna give it a chance, as well as Herbert. I believe he's gonna come back. He's gonna play well at home. Um, he's gonna play and dominate. I'm gonna go for it. He's gonna destroy that secondary. He's gonna light it up. I got. Let me see the score right here. I'm gonna see. Let me check before injuries, just in case. I don't want to do that mistake again. Because I was searching for it. And everything okay. Keenan Allen. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I got 31 Chargers, 24 Raiders.
Okay, let's
I'm
see.
gonna pick the Chargers on this one. So let's see what happens. Now, moving forward, let me see right here. We got the, let's see, games going down. We got Miami Dolphins facing the Cardinals. This is a tough one, man.
And this is exactly why. Because last week I picked against the Dolphins simply because there was so much unknown factors with Tua,
Yeah, we said that. I
the
remember.
Rams rolling, and I picked the Rams, man. I didn't see the Dolphins coming into that game winning it, but I want Dolphins to win this game so bad, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's okay. You can take a loss.
But no. But the thing is like Arizona, man. The Kyler Murray scares the living hell out of me, bro. It's kind of like Russell Wilson or Pat Mahomes. I'm not saying they're in the same level, but like when he's on the other side, you're always nervous, bro. No lead is because you saw him do it literally to Russell Wilson a couple weeks prior. Like they're up, I think, at least by what 17, 18, and it just came back. Although Seattle's defense is subpar, but
yeah,
I think Kyler Murray had the ability to do it to any defense. Although Dolphins defense is a lot better. Dang, man,
tough.
I want you to go first, bro. I gotta think more on this one because I don't want to be biased. I don't want to be biased and say, "Oh, the Dolphins are gonna win this game."
We're gonna do another show, so you gonna want to pause for today? I will give you that one.
No. Okay. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins, bro. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I'm taking them. I'm taking the Dolphins. It's gonna be a great game because I don't know who to choose, bro. Because they're both. They're not like on the top in terms of great teams in the NFL, but they're extremely highly competitive. Cardinals are 5-2, and Dolphins are 4-3. So
Dolphins,
man, yeah, I got Dolphins, man. I got Dolphins winning it, 28 to 25.
So let me explain to you why you're not wrong on picking the Dolphins. First off, nobody now has a tape. They maybe have a little tape on it,
but not a lot.
But not the whole game plan because nobody sees now the way they're playing. I believe Miami has an advantage on that side. The Cardinals, of course, are formidable. I believe they're gonna get to the playoff as well. It's gonna be a scary team to face. Whoever's facing them, they're really tough to beat offensively. Their defense is scrappy as well. This game, I'm with you. I'm kind of scared of what could happen. But as fantasy owner, I got Murray as my quarterback. I think he's going to score a lot of points. Dolphins are going to try to stop him. The only way to stop them is to have a spy. Please try to find Murray not to escape just because he's too little. You cannot see him when he's running. He's quick.
Man, super quick. Super elusive too.
I'm gonna give the Cardinals
Oh,
28, and then it's gonna be close 21 Dolphins, but I believe Dolphins are legit right now. So you're not wrong on picking them. But I got the Cardinals 28, Dolphins 21.
and it was pretty fun last week, bro. Because last week I picked the Rams to beat the Dolphins, but secretly hoping the Dolphins will win, and then they end up winning, bro. And I'm like, I could have my cake and eat it too, bro. I could have been cheering for the Dolphins and also have them win too, bro. So it's like, come on. But
Uh,
I'm a stick with the Dolphins. Hopefully that pick doesn't bite me in the butt.
so now moving on. Um, wow, this game. Steelers, undefeated Steelers against the sorry and
How about them boys?
Cowboys.
Oh man,
I don't even know what to do here. Can we
it's
go
it's
quick?
it's not gonna be close, bro. Not. It's funny because although the Steelers are coming off of an impressive win versus the Ravens, but I'm not sure if you know the history of Big Ben in the Cowboys Stadium. Not only they lost the Super Bowl there, but every time they've played, the Steelers played, not every time, but since that Super Bowl, every time Steelers played at Cowboys, they've always lost. And I think Big Ben is gonna go into that stadium having that in the back of his mind and wanting to just rip
Destroy
them
them.
apart, man.
I
So I
remember
think,
when Ezekiel Elliott went off. I don't know if it was a I know I remember that game because Ezekiel Elliott went off. Prescott played well. I think they
yeah,
it was an awesome game to see. I think it was one of his rookie years or something like that.
yeah, man.
And what a good time! Remember those years?
Yeah, back in those
Um,
days. So
yeah,
so I have the Steelers winning this 35-10.
yeah, yikes. If well, let me say this: you think Dak Prescott value has grown more now?
Huh?
You think Dak Prescott
Hmm.
value has go up now?
It's okay. I think it definitely has gone up. Simply because of the quarterback play that we see in the NFL. Dak Prescott was definitely top 10 to 15, if not top 8 in that category of quarterbacks. So I definitely think it has gone up. But it's funny. I just read your caption there. Sorry. But but I think
I'm gonna get flagged. I don't care.
but I feel like Cowboys made too many mistakes by paying uh 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 that defensive guy. I forgot his name.
Trent
Lawrence.
Lawrence,
Huh? Yeah. They
yeah,
they paid him way too much money. Not only that, his performance is not even like I think he only have one or two sack for the
he played
year,
the only
and
good
this
game
is
he played was last week.
yeah, and this is
Last
this
week,
is what week 9? It's a week 8. So it's yeah, I think and plus they paid Zeke too much money. If they would have shaved off the top of Zeke probably 20 million or try to replace Demarcus Lawrence, they could have probably paid Dak the money he was looking for. Because I do think in terms of that type of money, I do think he deserves it, but I don't think he's that elite of a quarterback to warrant it. But you need that type of quarterback if you're gonna make noise in the playoffs. If you're gonna have a competitive team, so it's all about knowing where your bread is buttered, and it's hard to say because I feel like Cowboys made the wrong choice of hiring their coach, of paying certain players that shouldn't have been paid in the first place, or paying another player like in Zeke Elliott too much money than they should have received in the first place. So I just feel like Cowboys are just they're in a tough position, bro. Because yeah, you can rebuild, but how are you gonna rebuild with all that money tied up into
yeah.
players that are not producing?
Try to
So
figure it out the trades, get picks. It's
yeah,
gonna be
but
tough, but
but
nobody wants
but
that
Trent
contract.
the yeah the trade deadline came and went. They barely made a move. So Who
Uh,
knows, man? We'll see. Their defense is a mess. Their offense is probably even worse
man,
now.
it's Jerry Jones. To be honest with you, he's too stubborn. He's not gonna move anything. He trusts that he's gonna be fine. Unfortunately, we're stuck, man. We are stuck. And the thing is, we're still in the NFCs, and if we escape with this surprising win, that it's not gonna happen. By the way, we still actually could be. But
Top
anyways, I don't want to get carry
contenders.
on the
So
topic
who you
because we
got?
don't know what
Who you got?
quarterback we're gonna
Steelers.
start. We don't even have a
St-
quarterback. Why not sign Colin Kaepernick? Come on, man, follow the movement. Um, but
Man.
yeah, it's gonna be another nasty game, of course. If the Steelers lose this game, I'm
Do oh,
not gonna be mad at them.
let me say this. Do you know before the trading deadline who they should have traded for? Fitzpatrick. Because not only he's cheap, but he's playing extremely well right now, and he'll fit that system very well. But
Nah. Man, Cowboys, just like Green Bay in a way, Green Bay management, they have like a management. They don't like making moves. And I hate that. I know we don't talk about the Green Bay situation because they played yesterday. But I'm kind of disappointed on management on not getting more help. To Aaron Rodgers, just I'm okay. We're okay. I know it's business, but you should at least get a wide receiver for him.
yeah,
Another one. Another one.
and it's funny because Cowboys and Green Bay are like on the opposite side of ownership because Cowboys has an owner and
Yeah,
actually the most known owner in sports,
exactly.
and Green Bay doesn't have an owner, so
Exactly.
it's funny. But who you got though? Steelers Cowboys.
Oh man. Oh
You thought
man. Why not? Why not
you
pick the
thought I
Cowboys,
was gonna
right?
let you escape, bro?
No. Okay. Um. So I'm gonna go. Well, it's gonna go crazy, man. Whoever has fantasy, it's gonna be a party. Um. Yeah. Okay. 30. Do I give him a touchdown? Let's give him a touchdown. 30. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna give you 10 points. You're right. I'm a 30-10. 30 and 10. And by the
I
way,
think
just in case, the Cowboys haven't scored a touchdown in the past two games. If you're wondering,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah,
I think Zeke might break free for a touchdown in garbage time or something.
man, so many quarterbacks available. You can't even. Come on, God, so disappointing. Anyways,
Oh man.
we already gave too much clout to this topic. Let's move on with the game of the day. It's actually the game of the night. It's gonna be Sunday night NBC. We got the New Orleans Saints facing off against the hot and streaky Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh man, this is gonna be a good one, man.
The first matchup, Saints play with them. The Saints beat them. Michael Thomas was playing, but they weren't playing against Antonio Brown yet. And guess who's
Yeah.
playing? Antonio Brown is officially in the depth chart, and he's playing against. They've been training together, Tom Brady and Antonio Brown, scheming and everything. I'm really excited to see this matchup. What are your thoughts on this game?
I'm 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 definitely excited too. But the thing is, I feel like Tampa have an elite defense, and their offense are just now starting to catch up to that defense. And then the chemistry of Tom Brady and Mac Evans, Chris Godwin as well. But I feel like right now, Tampa has some injuries that's bothering them because in the past two games they've kind of stumbled a bit, and they weren't playing to their selves and what they're capable of. Because I think Chris Godwin, I think he has a groin injury or that's either bothering him. And Mike Evans is always getting nicked up in one way or the other. And adding Antonio Brown would is going to be beneficial in the long term for Tampa Bay. But I feel like right now, I don't think Antonio Brown is in game shape in terms of a football playing shape to make a considerable impact in this game. I think I think he might get some plays, some breakaway plays, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to win this game. Although Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming in with a chip on their shoulders simply because they lost that game in the dome against the Saints. That first game in Week 1. I'm sure the Tampa Bay wanna win this game, but I think the Saints are gonna win it, bro. Although I didn't like the way Saints look versus the Bears, um, I just think Saints still has more continuity, and their defense is okay, but their offense is more potent. Not potent than Green. I'm sorry, than Tampa, but enough to get the job done. I think so. I'm gonna go with the Saints on this one. So I got the Saints beating Tampa Bay. I'm gonna say 27-25. Give me a second, all right, bro. I have to go get a charger.
Yeah, man. Do you think?
All right, I'll be back.
I will do my thing. So I know he picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The thing with me, Saints, they have to get back to the usual, like it's one in the game, play action. Um, but the way that the Buccaneers and Tom Brady's playing right now is going to be interesting to see. I'm very excited to see what happened in this game. It's going to be an interesting matchup. I know they want some revenge against the Saints on the first game, the first game of the season with the matchup they have. Saints coming from a tough game, as well as Tom Brady beating the Giants. He always struggle against the Giants. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they won. You have to give them credit. Now they're facing off together. And not Sunday night game. We're gonna see what happens. So I'm so excited to see what happens. Like I said, guys, please follow me on Ricky's Take, my podcast, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcast. Now on my YouTube channel, Ricky's Take, as well on my Facebook page and Instagram page. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
So I was saying that, especially on this matchup, I know they want some revenge, especially from Brady. And of course, the Saints want to be on top. They want to have that thing that eventually, if whatever happens at the end of the season in the standings, they want to make sure that they get tied. They want to see that you guys didn't beat me. You guys didn't beat my team, and they want to they're gonna have the edge. Let's see for a playoff spot or something. But I believe I will give the edge to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, even though they haven't shown me that they're really that great yet. But I think they're gonna escape this one at home. I will pick Tom Brady and the gang. Actually, Antonio Brown, I get what you're saying, but I believe he's gonna get into it in this game. They're gonna give him a couple passes to warm up and see where he is. But I believe they're gonna escape with the victory, 28, and Saints 24. This game is gonna be tight. Just like the first game, even though the first game actually was a blowout at the end. The way the Saints went on throughout, I saw Tom Brady so mad. That was funny. Tom Brady mad, always on. But it's gonna be. I'm excited to see that game tomorrow night. Cannot wait for that one. Now when we move on, you got more takes on that game, or you said?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. To be honest with you, I think Tampa Bay might win this game, but I just feel like right now coming into this game, the Saints are more desperate than Tampa is. Although Tampa Saints won the previous matchup, I just think the Saints are going to try to play because right now they're number 2 in the division. I think they're they're gonna try to win this game for sure. Of course, Tampa's gonna try to win this game too, but I think the Saints are gonna come much more prepared than Tampa is.
Yes, sir. Now let's move on with the Monday Night Football. Um, I know it's been disappointing season for the Pats. They started well, but now they're in a tough stretch with Cam Newton. I believe there's a lot of stuff going on um, with Cam. I know he got the COVID-19 situation. Of course, the Patriots have couldn't play for a couple of weeks, so it's been a tough season so far with the Patriots. And of course, they have a couple players, key defensive players, not playing this season due through the COVID-19 situation. They're facing against the New York Jets, a team that is really bad right now, tanking. Um, I don't know why they even. Anyways, for the NFL team, they have to play. What do you think is going to happen in this game?
Yeah. Although the Patriots, I actually thought after they lost to the Bills, they were gonna kind of like dismantle the whole thing. Probably trade Gilmore and a couple other valuable pieces to get some picks and to prepare for the draft. Um, but it doesn't appear that they're going to that route. I think Patriots are going to try to find a way of beating the Jets. Try to build some momentum going into the next game. The Jets are always because it's funny. The Jets are the only team that if you see them on your schedule, it's almost like the equivalent of having a bye, because you know it's going to be an easy win. And you get to probably pretty much do whatever you want to them. But I will say Sam Darnold will always give give the Patriots some
Yeah,
problems
that's
every time
true.
they play.
This is the game
Um,
that could be like one of those games like could actually say more about Cam or just Jets being Jets.
yeah. So I'm gonna go with Patriots with this one. I think they're gonna blow the Jets out of the field. It's gonna be 28. I'm gonna give them 28-6.
Nice, nice. Picking this game is gonna be interesting, honestly. Jets are gonna be Jets no matter what. The Patriots are being kind of like in a weird situation that Bill Belichick hasn't been for a while now since the Cleveland Brown days. Now he doesn't have Brady. Now he's seeing the difference between having a different system now. Um, I don't know, man. This is one of those games that can go either way, honestly. Um, I will give respect to the Patriots franchise just because they're the Patriots franchise and the Belichick is still there. I'm gonna go 20, not a high scoring game, but I'm like maybe 24, and the Jets gonna be there like 24-17. But like I said, I will not be surprised if they steal this game. But if this happens, there's gonna be a lot of news about Cam Newton and bench him. And whatever happens, they could bench him in this game if it goes wrong.
You think so?
Yeah, if something goes
Because
wrong, I think he's gonna start again.
I feel like because they did bench him that other game, not against Bills, but against who was it? Broncos? Was it Broncos they were playing?
Yeah, I think it's Broncos.
Yeah. So they did bench him for that kid's Jared Stidham. But he was even better. I don't know.
Should they
I
tank
don't.
too?
Huh?
Should they tank and get
Patriots, should they?
up? Well, they're already
Um,
halfway
I
there.
well, I don't think there's a difference between tanking and losing games. I
Yeah,
think the Patriots are just losing games. To be honest with you, bro, I don't think it's in Bill Belichick's DNA to tank. To be
yeah,
honest with you, I think
no,
every single week they're going out there to win, because I feel like given because it's really unfair to judge this
yeah,
divorce when you're out. Although Tom Brady and Tom Bay are rolling right now, and Bill Belichick's and Patriots are struggling right now. But it's very hard to judge these two people after the divorce right now, because you have to remember at least eight great Patriot players and starters opted out
That's
during
my
the
thing.
COVID.
Yeah,
Excuse me. Yeah. Oops, sorry.
you're good,
Give me a
man.
second.
Water, get your water. I don't want you down. You're gonna get a
Yeah,
lot of
man.
views.
I got this out of nowhere, bro.
I know, man. It happens to me when I get a dry. Been thinking about an hour now here. Don't worry, you're almost there.
Yeah, man, that was crazy, bro. I was like, you know what it felt like? It felt like I was in a desert, and out of nowhere, like it was like the air was pinching my throat. It was getting like a knife or something.
Like, dude, I've been in
But
the store and I'm like, I'm good walking all the way until I get to the store, and then everybody starts looking. That's the worst thing. Like, man, why can I cough when I'm outside? Now when I'm inside, I'm like dying. Now people start looking at me weird. I hate
yeah,
that.
man, it's crazy. Yeah, but anyways, so I think like I said, eight Patriots. I think eight great Hightower and a couple of other places players, starter caliber players of the Patriots opted out, and is that and not just that, new quarterback trying to figure that out with a new system. It is tough. So it's gonna be, because the thing is, you have to remember the Tom Brady has possibly two, at the most 3 years to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Bill Belichick have at least 10, if not 15 years to win more Super Bowls.
that's
So
true.
Tom Brady window is a lot tighter than Bill Belichick, but I don't think they're trying to tank. I think Cam Newton right now is struggling, although the fact that he's not playing well. It's funny because since that COVID test that he tested positive for, I feel like everything went down the drain. But
Dude,
um,
that's
but
correct.
I definitely think the 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 Patriots are going to try turn it around and win the game.
Man, let's see what happens. Honestly, um, okay, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens because, like I said, if they lose, it's gonna be interesting to see. Um, let me see right here. Now, like I said, we're gonna have more shows coming. We're gonna do another one. I'm gonna let you know what's gonna be the time slot of that one. Let me see. We're gonna see if we can do one on Sunday morning or Saturday night, tomorrow night. But just I will let you know for sure. Let me
Sounds good.
before we close. You got any closing remarks?
Pretty much excited for another week of football. Um, to be honest with you, I'm confident in this week picks more than I am in last week picks. Simply because, well, last week I was what, 8-7 or 9-7. I don't remember, but I feel like this week I did a lot better. But we'll see, man. We'll see. It's always surprising the next week following, looking at how you did. But I think this week is gonna be a lot better.
All right. So yes, thank you for everybody tuning in. This is gonna be in my YouTube channel. Obviously, I'm gonna do more eventually. Obviously, I'm gonna put it on my podcast, Ricky's Take, iTunes, Google Podcast, as well as Facebook. Ricky's Take. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Adrian. I'll see you soon. All right.
My pleasure. Have a good one, bro. Take care, everybody.
Take care, man.
All right.